Hey, it's great to have everybody along, firing up another live stream as this Lake Effect event, now being known as Snowvember 2 or Part 2, continues across Western New York. You can see it lit up on Doppler. It's now targeting the North Towns. Great to have you along. We've got a huge group with us today. Take a look at this. We've got 4 different shots. Storm Chaser Dave is manning the social media. We're taking your pictures and your text. You can text him anytime at 503-ANDY, 503-2639. Take a look at down below. We've got 2 shots of the North Towns. We're in Niagara Falls and the Tonawandas. Folks that have some questions, we have your weather answers, and those answers begin with this. This is where it is and where it's going. I'm going to turn this over to David. Walk us through this for the next few minutes. Feel free to post your comments. We can see them live, and we're going to take your questions and answer them literally one by one. So go ahead, David.
Yeah, I mean, send your pictures, your comments, your questions about, hey, what about my backyard? I know a lot of folks are watching up in Northern Erie and Niagara County. They're wondering, hey, when does the band leave my area? We're already getting some comments. Sandra, thank you for tuning on in. Again, chime on in anytime. But let's take hour by hour on this model. Take a look at it. This is where the band is currently, just about to exit portions of Buffalo into Grand Island, Tonawanda, into Niagara Falls. When we go past lunch, 2, 3 o'clock, you start to see it begin to exit Grand Island. I know Grand Island, you are seeing some very heavy snowfall right now. And then we go into right around, I can even go this a little bit closer here, Niagara Falls, Lewiston, still seeing some good snowfall. When we get to 3 o'clock, this is when that snow band is going to exit Niagara Falls into the northern shores of Lake Ontario. So Youngstown, Olcott, Newfane. We haven't called your name a whole lot during this broadcast or even the past couple of days. Well, you're about to get some snowfall as well as we head mid-afternoon into the early evening. Everybody gets a break right around 5 o'clock. A couple of light flakes out there still in northern Niagara County. Then we have to widen out the view because here comes another round, and just about everybody by early evening is about to see another line of heavy snowfall move on through the area. It's not going to last a whole long. We're talking about a couple of hours here, but watch what happens by 7, 8 o'clock. And
there's a lot of
northern Niagara County. I mean, the first areas to see this line move on through is going to be right up in Youngstown, then eventually Niagara Falls, 8 o'clock. Yep. Look how it becomes more darker blue, more pronounced. That's the 2-3 inches of snowfall per hour crossing into Tonawanda, 9, 10 o'clock in the evening, and then into Buffalo. Again, this is not going to last long once we go into 11 o'clock, but this is eventually going to pass through much of the area.
You
and then
got
out
it.
of the southern
Dave,
tier by around 2 o'clock.
I'm going to cut it off there before we get too far in because everybody wants to deal kind of with the here and the now. Let's pop it up on the screen. Again, we've got some live pictures out there. I want to take you into the Tonawandas, and this is the view right now. That snow coming down, and this is Ray. Ray, rumor has it they're still delivering mail out there. Is that correct?
That's correct, Andy. We actually just saw the mailman. They have their saying of getting through the snow and all the weather, and they just delivered a few minutes ago.
You got it. Hey, Jody wants to know, how's the driving towards RIT? Thruway's good. Up towards Rochester. Paula says, thank you. We've got that. Susan says, good morning. Happy to be doing this for you there as well. What are the wind speeds out there? As we look at it, let's talk about that. It looks like it's falling straight down. Have you seen the winds kind of increase and decrease?
You know, it hasn't really seemed windy at all. It just kind of seems that it's coming down. It's definitely picked up a lot in the last, I'd say, 10 minutes or so. But, I mean, for the most part, I mean, I don't see really any tree branches moving around, and it looks like it's just falling straight to the ground.
Falling straight down, but it's accumulated. Let's give a total out for Tonawanda right here in, I should say, North Tonawanda. You said you started the day with how much, and you're at about 7 now?
I mean, we started the day with just barely enough to cover the grass. So, I mean, an inch or two at most, right? And I mean, looking at my neighbor's car, is probably halfway up the car tire. So I'd probably say at least 6 or 7 inches would be my guess.
Oh, wow. All right. Hey, we're about to head up to Niagara Falls. Let's see if we can grab that view and see what the difference is. This is what Doppler looks like right now. I'm going to pull you off there. Thank you, Jody. That's what we're watching right now. You can see that this is zeroing in. Let's take you up to the North Towns right at this point. we're going to go outside in Niagara Falls, and we're going to bring in Sean. Sean, you're outdoors. I know it's not too warm out there. This is what you're seeing up in the falls. Is the snow coming down there? Or are you in a bit of a lull? There we go. I think you know what? I think he's still muted up there in the falls, but that's fine. We'll look at the pictures, and you can see that is as snowy as the falls. That is as snowy as the falls have been in a long time. So the snow is coming down in NT and then also up in Niagara County. It is not pleasant to be in the North Towns, and that's because of this right here. This is that snow band that continues to plow through sections of Niagara County, cutting across Grand Island. It looks like it's filling that up. And here's Grand Island right now. Twice since 6 a.m., and they're up to 10 inches on Grand Island right now. Dave, any idea, want to get a number on Depew overnight? I think the airport said 16 inches.
Yeah.
That number there. As far as 44 out in Angola, man, that's a good one. And Ian, thank you so much. We appreciate you dropping in and taking a look at this. Hey, everybody, make sure you hit the like button while you're here. Do that. Smash that for us. Here's the view of Niagara Falls. We've got the look around up there, and the front porches, nobody's out. It is not a pleasant afternoon to try to travel out there. It was 3 to 4 inches on the ground in the falls not too long ago, and it looks like there's more there right now. And this is the live picture from the falls. This is NT, and the reason that we have all of this snow in these two locations is because of this snow band right here. David, what's the movement on this in the last hour? It looks like it's wobbled a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's wobbling just a tad, but there's a northward trend. So Grand Island, North Tonawanda, you're still seeing some of the heaviest snowfall right now. In fact, I was just taking a look at some of the NITEC cameras over there just near the Grand Island Bridge, and it's very poor visibility. I don't know if you wanted to pop that up on the screen here, but I could do that for you.
Yeah,
we take a look at the
So
I-190 exit at Grand Island Boulevard. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. So
it's on Grand Island.
That's Grand Island right now. Anybody on the visibility on Grand Island looks absolutely disastrous there. Real quick in West Seneca, right on the OP border. Yeah, you're done until tonight, and you'll have a couple more inches through the overnight, and that's about it. Let's go back up to this is Niagara Falls again. Hey, smash the like button if you're in here. Pop on in, ask a question. We'll take you direct where we go with this, what you want to see, what you want to know about, and we're happy to do that. All you guys have to do is just hit that like button for us. It's all we need. It keeps this thing rolling, and we'll keep providing the information to you. It looks like the trucks are rolling. Is that the 90 going or
Yeah, that's Grand Island Boulevard exit. So that's the exit that you would take once you get off the Grand Island Bridge.
Yeah, okay. Here's a look downtown. That's where the wall is right now. And it's just to the north of the city. If we throw Doppler up, who's still getting this snow out here? It's done in the hardest hit areas of the South Towns where they were just beat up the past few days. And it's now targeting the North Towns. And when we say North Towns, we're not talking about Clarence and Williamsville, but more so as we get up into Grand Island, Wheatfield, Niagara Falls, NT, Lockport. And this is a real mess for a lot of those folks. And we're talking about numbers that are going to be on the order of 6 to 8 inches of snow. And then on the high end, I think we could end up being close to a foot in spots. When we take the totality of what happens this afternoon, it's here till 2. And then it goes north into Canada, comes back with a couple more inches tonight. The two views that you're looking at the bottom of the screen, one is our North Tonawanda view. That's where the snow coming down. There's a car parked on the left-hand side, more than 6 inches of snow there. And then here's another one up in Niagara Falls. And you can see that's where we've got the worst weather is happening in those two locations. And that's why we put the camera there. Are the throughways open? I'm going to refer to the county or the state to answer that, because at this point they're changing by the minute. We can tell you where it's snowing, but we're not able to do that. Jay's looking for a snow total in Orchard Park in Hamburg. I'll handle that one since I'm sitting here. You go outside and you're an easy 45 to 50 inches sitting on the ground. in Orchard Park and in Hamburg. So that's where we're at here. Is Lackawanna done? Dave, take that one.
No, not exactly. No, we're not talking about a consistent snowfall like Lackawanna and West Seneca. All those hit South towns we're seeing the other day, but we will see another band whip back into Lackawanna, 2-3 inches per hour. You're probably getting an additional 3 to 5 late tonight.
Yeah. Hey, let's take everybody through it real quick. This is, again, we're keeping track of where the Lake Snow Band is. This is Skywatch in Buffalo. The band is just north of the Armory in North Buffalo, and it extends all the way up into the Tonawanda and Niagara Falls. Those are the pictures that you see on the screen right there. And the snow continues to come down, snow-covered roads. If this was the South towns, they'd kind of shrug that off and say, oh, less than a foot of snow. But the North towns, 6 to 8, 12 inches of snow, that's going to keep everybody at home and slow everything down to the north. And again, we can't stress enough that when you look at where this is, the hardest hit areas are going to be outside looking in. So it's your turn to dig out. Dave, I'm going to have you take us through the most important part of this is the where and when over the next 12 hours to get us into tomorrow morning and go hour by hour. We'll bang through this and then get into some more questions on it. Go ahead and you got the floor.
Yeah, okay. Hey, by the way, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to chime on in. This is an open house. We'd love to answer your questions. I know we're getting a lot of questions. Cheektowaga, we've got North Tonawanda in the house. Tonawanda, Lucy's asking, hey, when is this going to stop? Let's answer that question right now. So this is the latest model trajectory here, and you can see this will begin to exit the Buffalo area right around lunch. And then North Tonawanda, I can answer that question for you right now, Lucy. We'll put some more town names on the map going a little bit closer here. So this is 11 in the morning, 11, 12, 1 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, this band is out of your area. Still in Niagara Falls. It's in Lockport. The heaviest blue, that's around 2 inches per hour. This is going to continue to move north during the afternoon. You can see Lewiston and now Youngstown, Wilson, the northern edge of Niagara County. You folks are going to see some flakes fly for a couple of hours during the mid to late afternoon. And then it begins to break on up. Look at that. Just some very light flakes falling in extreme northern Niagara County by 5 o'clock. Then we get another line. This is around 8 o'clock in the evening, starting up in extreme northern Niagara County. So Youngstown, you folks are going to see that band back in your area again. Eventually into Niagara Falls, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10, back into the city of Buffalo. You can see North Tonawanda in the heaviest blues there. Hamburg, Lackawanna. I know somebody was asking, what about Lackawanna? Well, Lackawanna, you're snow-free for much of the day. When we go into 10 o'clock in the evening, here comes that band dropping another 2 to 4 inches of snow in your backyard, eventually crossing into extreme southern Erie County, into Wyoming County, and eventually back into the southern tier once we go in to the overnight hours. So,
hey, Dave,
I don't know if you're still there, Andy.
Hey, Dave, I want to back you up real quick. Take us to 11 a.m. right now. And here's what we're going to do. There's a lot of questions. I know a lot of people just came in. Please do us a favor, smash that like button. We're going to give you everything you need to know right now. And the folks in the South towns, you've got another round coming for you, but that doesn't happen till overnight. This is the picture we have outside right now when it comes to where this is going and how's it going to affect us. It's full. This is where it is now. Dave, take us to 1 o'clock. And then let's look and see who's going to be affected by 1. I think we're going to be able to pull Grand Island almost out of this. Niagara Falls, you're going to see what you're going to get here. What you see is what you get until 1. Lewiston, let's go to 2 o'clock and see if this affects Lewiston at 2. I think Youngstown and Lewiston are in that 2 o'clock hour. That includes Ransomville, Wilson, up along the lakeshore. And then 3 o'clock, it's going to linger a little bit longer there. So you've got 2 hours of residence time. This comes down in an inch or two per hour. You're going to put down a quick 2 to 4 inches of snow. Let's advance this to 3 o'clock now and see if we can take it north of the border. 4 o'clock, we can give everybody the all clear at what time? It looks like maybe 5 p.m.
Yeah.
4 or 5. All right, let's widen the picture out now. Our folks in Southern Ontario, we know you're watching us here as well. So this is the thing. Between now and 5 o'clock is when you're going to see the steadiest snow. Beyond that, let's go through the overnight and time the return because it all comes back. And Southtowns, listen up because here it comes. It actually gets a little stronger. And around 8 o'clock, it comes back into Youngstown. And then take us hour by hour real quick, Dave.
Yeah, 8, 9 o'clock. Doorstep of Lockport back into Niagara Falls. Once we go into 10 o'clock, this is now on the doorstep of sweeping through Buffalo. This isn't going to be a band that sits on top of one location for a long period of time, Andy. This is going to be sweeping through the area, dropping another quick 2 to 4 inches of snow, eventually into moving into a portion of Genesee County, Batavia. The Southtowns, by the way, I know there's a lot of folks watching. Hey, when's the snow back in my backyard? 11 o'clock.
It's back in
Blaisdell,
the Southtowns.
Hamburg.
How long is it there?
For an hour or two. I mean, this is fast moving. Look at that.
Yep.
I mean, it's past Blaisdell by 11 o'clock.
So you're going to see
into the southern tier by early morning.
Southtowners are going to see snow at 11 o'clock. They're going to go into panic mode, but you don't have to. It's in and it's gone. It's a whole different story as it finally gets kicked out of here. And then we'll kind of say goodbye to this band. I'm going to bring this up. I want to put NT in the house here again. Look at the snow just continue to come down. There's a gentleman, looks like somebody over to the left, beginning to clear their driveways. They're delivering mail up there. Things are going on up in the falls. And then this is the live stream this is the radar that we're watching right now. This is the view of downtown Buffalo as we take a look at the wall, if you will, is going to be right in the city. So what we're going to do is bring you back and kind of pinpoint where that is. That's the view on Skycam right now. And then I think if we can kind of bring in the city of Buffalo, it'll show. Look at how close that is. So the Peace Bridge is right there, and this is a matter of maybe a mile or two to the north of downtown Buffalo. So the communities that are getting are hit. We've got the camera in NT, but the city of Tonawanda, Kenmore, all of Grand Island, and then this is sliding in. We're going to take some questions in here. Any idea when the airport is going to let planes land? That's a tough call. That is, the airlines have to start getting going again. When's it going to stop in Amherst is a question. And as we kind of watch what's going on the map here, if we go to the North Towns, bring that in, this is what we're watching. And Amherst is, I'm going to pull you off of there, Angela. You're done. You're done until tonight. So you can feel free to go and clean things up there, and you're good to go. I think we just answered this for Lucy, but what was the timing for Tonawanda, David, real quick?
Exactly when this leaves the Tonawanda area?
Yeah,
right around 1.
When is Tonawanda good? When are they done? Around
after 1.
After 1
o'clock.
There you go, done. Winds increasing, not really. Maybe on the edge of this, and then that's it. Will the band come back to Angola and Derby? Yes, it does. It comes back at around 11 o'clock tonight, and then it'll be gone by 1. You'll have to clean up a little bit more. Coming down in Lockport, and the roads are terrible. Look at that. Lockport's right in the center of this as well. So the same video that you're seeing right here, you're seeing this is going to be the same picture that's playing out in Lockport. And you can see you're trudging through calf-deep snow in the North Towns, and I know they're not happy. There were some folks that were wondering when it was going to come back, and here it is. Alden is saying we're up in we've got sunny up there in Alden. Let's take a look. Alden is down there to the south. So you're outside looking in. What about Oakfield? Oakfield's on the map right there, Chrissy, and we're happy to say that Oakfield is out of it as well. I think we can cursor over it, bring it right in. There you see. It's just to the north. You're probably going to see some clouds, but you are not going to get snow in Oakfield out of this. No problem. Thank you, Lucy. Happy to answer the questions. You ask the questions, we answer them, and you guys hit the like button. Get us up to 150. Let's get that number rolling, and that's all we ask. I know it sounds like telethon on Channel 17 back in the day, but it helps us out when you guys hit that like button. It's much appreciated. Traveling Amherst to Grand Island this evening around 6. David, hit us with that one.
Grand Island, yeah. I mean, Grand Island, you're going to be
good to go
past 1 o'clock.
Past
I
1
would say
o'clock.
after 2 o'clock, this band is out of Grand Island.
All right, we're done. Grand Island going to Amherst should not be a problem. Winds in Barker along the shoreline. Barker's right there right now. Gusty winds, some sideways snow, and it's sticking to the ground. Is Kenmore going to get it bad? Bad is such a subjective term, right, David? We hate to use the term bad, but we can tell you that Kenmore right now is on the edge of this snow ban, and you're going to continue to see what you have right now. Let's watch this real quick. This is going to help you. It looks like it may end up leaving Kenmore. I just want to make sure that it's not going to slide back in. We can't give Kenmore the all clear, but it's getting there. You're almost done in Kenmore. If you wanted to start to shovel now to get a good jump on it, you're good. South Buffalo, good until I think we said 11 o'clock, right, Dave?
Yeah, that's when that band swings on through again. Hey, by the way, somebody was mentioning about the gusty winds, and at the Buffalo airport, winds are gusting right now at around 31 miles an hour. So that's more than plenty to pick up some of that fresh, light snow that fell on the ground and just blow them back on the roadways.
Yeah, well, that's what's contributing to when you're in the center of this snow band, I'm going to bring this back. When you're in the middle of this, it's actually less windy than when you're on the edge. And right now, Tonawanda, this image that you're watching right now, that they're in the center of it. You can see that they're starting to get their snowblowers going. I don't want to go and tell you to do that yet because you've got a couple more hours before it's done. Let's see how this truck, four-wheel drive. Oh, good speed.
Ooh.
It doesn't look like the road has been plowed. Let's see how he does here. Up to, again, about 6-7 inches of snow. Shouldn't be an issue. Rolling on down. That's what people are doing. The big dig out for the North towns. I love it. They're doing the right thing though. Don't wait till it's too heavy. Go get it in two parts maybe is the best way to do it. Their family has never seen snow and it looks beautiful. Yet we're happy to bring this to you. No problem. We covered a bunch of these here. Good day for a downtown wedding. Actually, the city isn't going to be that bad for the rest of today. So there it is. Carlos, my old UPS guy, is in the house. Excellent. Thank you very much, Carlos. Wearing shorts. The forecast for Lancaster Depew tonight, I think we're saying 2 to 4 inches between 11 and 1 or 2, correct?
Yes.
That's what we got. West Seneca, we can say the same thing. I can't say no more, but we can say that you're going to have, again, nothing until the overnight. And that's what we've got there. Finished snow blowing, the driveway, walkway, sidewalk covered again. That's because this is continuing to hammer down on the north towns. We're giving the south towns kind of reassurance that you can go and deal with this and not expect a lot more. But Niagara Falls and Lewiston just getting into this, the northern end. Youngstown, this is coming your way. Dean wants to know, is Depew done? Yes. We can say Depew is done until tonight. Still snowing in town of Tonawanda. Yes, it is. It's coming down pretty good up there. And those are the images we're able to share. Anything in Sinclairville? No, not today. Sinclairville, you're done until tonight as well. How much is Attica getting and when? David, you want to tell her when that's coming in out in Attica, which is Wyoming County. You want to swing back to that? You have it up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Attica, you're snow-free for much of the day. Attica, heads up, 11 o'clock on your doorstep and out of your backyard by 1 o'clock.
All right. Good
deal. Go.
There you go, Attica. Hit the like button for us on the way out. Thank you, guys. Dean says, I'm trapped. Finally getting hit in Middleport. Hello, Middleport. Let's take a look at where you're at here. Yeah, we're going to go back. Let's go exclusively North Towns on the Doppler. We're not looking at Orchard Park. So there's Middleport. You're right in the middle of that band. That's plowing inland off the lake. You're getting Grand Island's leftovers out there. Is Cheektowaga getting hit again? Yes, tonight from 11 to 2, about 2 to 4 inches of snow. Is the lake temperature going to be warmer than usual? Well, this event will bring the lake temperature down. West Seneca, or I should say Buffalo's West Side Peace Bridge. Take a look at this Peace Bridge. I don't know if we can see it out there. Do you see the Peace Bridge in there? No,
No.
Peace Bridge is in there somewhere. The Armory is in there in the foreground, so that's where this thing is, cutting right through. So you're almost done in that section there. Albion, New York. Shall we bring Albion in and give a look at that? There you can see. Let me pull that off of there. Albion is right on the edge of this. I think you're going to kind of see some lighter snow bursts, but overall, this is not a big hit. Let's talk about Blaisdell for Anna. Blaisdell is good until 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., and you'll get 2 to 4 inches there. Same thing for Eden. I think your start time is in that same range for the South Towns. That's all we're going to see. Total amount for South Wales. They got hammered. I don't know about Wales. I know Marilla is in the 40 to 50 inch range, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Look at this. For the whole winter, this is half of our winter right here in this one day, and that's what we're looking at. Wow, yeah, half a winter in one day. Drive home from South Carolina next Wednesday. Any snow in the States at this point? It doesn't look like any large scale weather systems pre-Thanksgiving. Niagara Falls is getting hammered. We had our Niagara Falls cam up. This is Tonawanda. That's as close as we've got for you, but it continues to come on down. What areas are getting snow tomorrow, if anyone? Dave, you want to take that and let's look at Sunday? Just jog through Sunday hour by hour real quick for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be southern tier. So Chautauqua County, the ridge tops, that's where you're going to see the most snow. Again, tomorrow, this band begins to reorient. You can see off a westerly direction. Another good amount of snow for the folks that really haven't seen that snowfall. So more inland towards central Cattaraugus County, Chautauqua County throughout the afternoon and evening hours. So yeah, get ready, southern tier. You're about to see some more snowfall, probably between 6 and 10 inches on the ridgetop. Once again, as we go into Sunday. So not today, but Sunday is your day.
You got it. This one, once it leaves Tonawanda this afternoon, are we done with the event? Tell her, let's put this on the screen if you can. Let's talk about how this comes back. It's there until around 2, but you're not done, Tonawanda. Take a look at this.
No, we can go further. We can put some streets on the map here. So here's where Tonawanda is, North Tonawanda, the Erie Canal, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. In your backyard. By 10, it's out. So this is going to sweep through fast.
Gotcha. So
2 to 4 inches for you guys.
When does it come back? What's the start time for Tonawanda?
Between 8 and 10 o'clock.
Between 8 and 10. And you're looking at a couple quick more inches. By the way, that's Tonawanda right now. The snow continues to come down. People starting to clear it out. And it does look like this is going to slide to the north of you on short order in Tonawanda. It's getting close. It's on its way. It's starting to work its way northward up towards the falls in Lewiston. So the Tonawandas will be able to dig out. I think we just touched on that. You're going to get hit again. Going to Detroit through Canada. It depends on when you're leaving, Mary Beth. Dave, I'm going to have you widen out the model. And then what we're going to be able to do is pinpoint where this thing is. The worst weather going to the Detroit game for anybody going is going to be
right
if you're leaving today, this afternoon, it's going to be that first bit. Once you get to London, Ontario, you're all good.
Yeah, I was going to say right now would be in Canada, just wait a couple of hours and be good to go.
Yeah, here we go. Brighton near Brighton near Colvin just finished snow blowing. And as we kind of zero in a little bit more Brighton and Colvin on the map, we can bring our north towns in a little tighter. We can kind of exclude Clarence and Akron and Corfu because we're dealing with just these are the communities there. Clarence is right on the edge of this. The 990 kind of going in and out of it. Hey, Dave, if you can grab a 290 cam, let's see if we can get a peek at that, because I know this is our Tonawanda, North Tonawanda cam. So this is just north of the 290. And we can see the side streets are snow covered. fairly unplowed at this point, but I'm going to guess the Department of Public Works going to wait till the snow wraps and then go out and hit it. But we'll take a look at this. How much more snow in Amherst tonight? And Joel, we're going to do this in a second part, maybe another quick 2 to 4 inches, and then that's it. Hey, everybody, hit the like button. We don't ask that often, but a whole bunch of new people just came in. Go ahead and smash that for us. We're at 180. Get us over 200 real quick, and we'll keep moving with the questions here. No problem.
Hey, I do have a view of the Rainbow Bridge, by the way.
All right, let's go grab it. Rainbow Bridge is up. U.S. on that side. I like how they do that. U.S. on this side, Canada on the other. Can't see either of them.
Yeah, it is snowy. It is coming down. I just noticed that somebody was saying, "Hey, it's snowing." I mean, it's coming down in Niagara Falls in the Cataract City. Yep. Yeah, you can see it here on the Rainbow Bridge. Nobody's traveling on the Rainbow Bridge, that's for sure.
No, it's pretty slow. Here's one. Joe wants Curtis wants to know about Buffalo. Look how close Buffalo is to the edge. If you don't believe the Doppler, look at the picture. Here's the live pic of where this is. It should pop on here shortly. Let's see if it'll do it. I'm going to move it back in, back out. There it goes. That's the wall. It's just to the north of it. The Peace Bridge is swallowed up in there, and that's what and this will show it when you're looking at. That's the edge of it right there. So it's you can see it from downtown Buffalo, but downtown Buffalo is on the outside looking in as this begins to go a little bit further to the north. And kind of move out of this city of Buffalo and kind of leave it behind. I'm going to pull in our friends in Southern Ontario as well. We don't need to look at Brockport and Rochester. This is kind of the orientation. Welland, Fort Erie, kind of see how the wobble is in there, and it brings it in and out. It brings that edge in there. So we're going to continue to see this do this for a while. Let's go this. When will it be out of Niagara Falls and Lewiston? David, I think you had that number for him.
Oh, yeah. I could. There you go. I can pop this up for you. It's going to be out by, let's see here. Going back, I want to say 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock, just to the north of Niagara Falls.
All right. So you've got a few more hours of there. Clarence, you are done. Thank you, Suzanne. By the way, someone just hit 200. I love you. Whoever just hit that like button for 200, thumbs up to you. That is awesome. Really coming down in Niagara Falls. Yeah, we had a Niagara Falls cam up, and the cameraman got too chilly, so we said get out of there. It's not pleasant. We just talked about were the Bills able to fly out? I'm assuming so. I mean, it's the NFL. I think they'd plow their own runway if they had to get out of there. Thank you for the info. Thank you, Charlene. Happy to do it. Hey, if you ever want more information, all you've got to do is text us 503-2639 whenever you want, and you can get the information. Sunny and 70, you don't need us, but when it's like this, we're happy to do it. Finally have sun in Hamburg, and the clearing of the snow is complete. Bravo! We need like the applause cart for that. Hey, look at this, Ed Kilgore. Hey, Ed, how's it going? He's watching in Scotland, and that's not a town in the southern tier. He's literally across the pond, catching us on the live stream. That's fantastic. Good to see you, Ed. We'll grab lunch when you're back. And when we clear out your driveway for you. Colleen says, loves the service, David. Thank you very much. Happy to do it. It's a team effort over here, and we're thrilled to be able to provide this information to you. Is it coming back to Lewiston and Niagara Falls tonight? This is the big question everybody has, because it's a two-part situation for Niagara Falls tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go close scale here to show you. So
there you go.
By 3 o'clock, this is north of Niagara Falls, at 4 o'clock for Lewiston, we get a break, right? Watch what happens past 8 o'clock. So here's 8 and here's 9. So by around 9 o'clock, you're seeing that heavy snow back into Niagara Falls, Lewiston area. It's not here for a long period of time. It's out by 9, 10 o'clock. So between 8 and 10 o'clock, here comes that band back into Niagara Falls and Lewiston, another 2 to 4 inches sweeping on through the area. Then there you go. That is about it. Niagara Falls and Lewiston, you'll just have to shovel the other 2 to 4 inches that fall in your backyard later on tonight.
All right, you
on
got
top
it.
of what you're already seeing today.
Yeah, Doris says the airport will be open for the Bills. Yeah, when they roll in on the bus and they just kind of knock on the door and say, "We're here." But they go to Pryor and get their own get their own flight anyway. Susan, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hitting the like button, everybody out there. Threw us over 200. That's fantastic. Sun is out in Dunkirk. Are they done in Dunkirk? Shall we answer that for him? Let's bring this up. We're going to widen this whole thing out, and then we can actually bring it down into Dunkirk. Boy, you might be able to see the clouds across the lake, and really it'll look a lot like this, that wall that's kind of moving north now out of downtown Buffalo, but that's boiling up out over Lake Erie, and then that's the image as this is the Doppler where it's going. You can see how it's lifting north of Long Point, but yeah, the long and short of it is Dunkirk is done. Happy to do it. Here we go. My husband is trying to get back back to Lancaster from Syracuse. He's okay to drive home. Yeah, look at that radar. The thruway is an easy shot from Syracuse all the way to Lancaster, and he'll be in no problem. Here's a quick question. Richard in the Falls. Rich, great to have you along, and we are telling you that the Falls is getting hit, and it's going to look pretty messy up there in the Falls for a while. Is that now continues to roll through. Hey, take a look at this. There's another view, and this one is in the Tonawandas. Now, the flakes have gotten bigger, and it looks like less frequent there. And I'm going to open this up and open the mic on our Tonawanda camera. Ray, are you still with us? He might have stepped away and given us a view. That's fine. It looks like it's gotten a little bit lighter, but look at the top of the. This is a no-joke snow for the North Towns. Like, this is healthy. 2 to 4 they get, and then the complaint box kind of goes, but this is a healthy shot there. It really eased up in Tonawanda, but it's very gusty. That's what's going to happen when you're on the edge of the snow band. Here's one for Boston, New York. And what we're going to be able to do is tell you that Boston is looking good. It's not pretty. The wind, what you see, you got to clear it all out, but you're going to be good to go there in Boston until tonight. You got another 2 to 4 coming in later. Bradford, PA. Luckily, not much snow down here. They have lots of people flying out tomorrow. The high school band going to Disney, and they'll be able to get there too. What do we else here? It's sunny in Cheektowaga. The driving bans, I know they're being lifted and moved and extended. I'm going to refer you to the county executive on that one, or your individual towns. We have Grand Island is getting slammed. Let's go take a look at that a little bit closer, because it does look like some of those dark blues are going right over the island, doesn't it, David? The Grand Island, the north end of Grand Island, big time. This is the snow band. Take a look at this image. Can't get enough. This is the thing last night that is now crawling across Grand Island in the same type of fashion in the daytime.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Those are the numbers. Grand Island. I tell you what. See if you can grab the North Grand Island Bridge real quick, and it'll compare to what we've got on looking northward, and the visibilities. This is the wall looking northward out of the city of Buffalo. The Armory is in the distance there, and that's what you've got. You drive to Grand Island, you're going right into that wall, and the visibility is not good that direction, because this is what it looks like. That's the wall right there. Looks like about the South Grand Island Bridge is kind of going in and out of it. This is going to help the Tonawandas real quick. This little bend in the radar. But it's not going to help the Falls. This is going to slide it out of Rapids up to Lockport. Ransomville, most of Niagara County is going to get hit and see that. All right, here we've got an update in Tonawanda. We're going back outdoors, and we're using we've got a human snow stick out there, and you can see I don't think this is drifted as much. Ray, I'm opening your mic. Ray, are you finding a lot of drifts, or is this just kind of a consistent snowfall?
I mean, I just walked out just a second ago, and it looks like it's mostly just a consistent snowfall. I don't really see. I mean, there's a little drift by the door. I cleared that away, and I got to get out here and start snowblowing some of this.
Yeah, most importantly,
we can definitely.
Is it a packing snow, or is it steps? Is it a packing snow? Are we making snowmen out of this, or is it just the fluffy stuff?
Very fluffy.
All right, so it's maybe not a snowman snow, but it'll be easier to get out of the driveway. That'll be great. Hey, here's the picture of the. I was great. Dave was able to source this. There's the Grand Island Bridge, and you can see the roads are. You've got the tire ruts in there. It looks like people are straddling the pavement in between. It's not looking good. That's the imagery that we have with it, and it keeps going. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Lockport, right in the middle of it, right, David? They're getting pretty beat up in Lockport. That's not a good picture for them, right in the center of that. Chautauqua Lake making its own lake effect again. They can see a bunch of blue building from it. Always have to compete with Erie, but Lake Erie always wins. That's a fascinating question. And we'll knock out a couple of these, and we'll come back to you, William, down there at Chautauqua Lake. The best way to drive to Detroit for the game tomorrow, Canada isn't an option. Well, then you get to go down along the length of the lake to Cleveland, and it won't be an issue for you. Well, you're driving tomorrow morning. Actually, you could end up with some snow off of Lake Erie for a portion of it while you're in New York. And then once you get around the horn, you're good. Sure. Thank you very much, Melissa. We appreciate that. It's great to have you along. Earlier this month, you're watching predict the snowfall for the season. Are we close to what was predicted? We're halfway there. Some for the city, not as much, but for some of the south towns, we got it halfway. Is it shifting back in Amherst and Cheektowaga tonight? Yes, it is. Between about I think midnight and 2 a.m., you're looking at about 2 to 4 inches of snow. Hey, great to have everybody along. Hit the like button for us. No thunder snow out there today, but we are getting the snow in the north towns today, and specifically in Tonawanda, Lewiston, Niagara Falls. That's where we're finding the snow today, and that's where it's going to be for a while. Song with the wrong one. There we go. Storm Chaser Dave, meteorologist, flying his drone yesterday. Some pretty interesting clouds out of this, and the view that we're seeing on Skycam, David. I gotta tell you, the wall today the wall that we had, the northern wall, looked pretty dramatic. Today, it just kind of looks more like a blur. Does it look a little different to you?
Yeah, it's. I think that maybe have to do with the lake, because we were watching this over the lake, and the lake was a flat surface, and so you were seeing more of that, visually that dramatic look to it. But I mean, every once in a while, you can still see like the shifts and the bends, just in this band. But this really looks more like a more pronounced. You know what I mean? Like more straight line compared to yesterday, where it was more like a fluid and it was just going, up and down at times. That's what I would say.
Felt like you could almost reach out and stick your hand into it. This feels more like a blurred line as opposed to that.
It looks more like fog.
Yep. Rick Schmidt. Rick, hey, this is not your first rodeo with us. Thanks for coming back. And Amherst and Cheektowaga shifts back tonight, 2 to 4 inches of snow from around midnight to 2 in the morning, buddy. So you get to do a little shovel out one more time. Anyone ever heard of Grand Rapids, Michigan? Yes. Grand Rapids gets hit. You get your share of snow up there as well. You've got a really nice pair of lakes to choose from. The Northeast lake effect is rare, but you folks in Michigan, lake effect over there too. Any big storms on the horizon? Going to Detroit for Thanksgiving. I think there's something after Thanksgiving. We've been focused on the near term as opposed to the long term. David, I see you got some new. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from Jordan. He texted it in this to your text hotline, and
look at this.
I don't know where this is. Where I'm guessing this is somewhere in the South Towns, but you can see the Bills flag, the American flag. It's a very pretty picture, and I think that's Lake Erie, just down the road. But it is, that's some very heavy wet snow on the ground there.
Yeah, wow, look at that. That's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah.
There must enough of a breeze to stretch the flags out there.
I was going to say a little bit of a breeze.
That's a lot of work.
You can see
Where's it from again?
It's Jordan. Jordan didn't say where he's from. He texted this picture in.
Man, that's a lot of snow. All these snow pictures that are coming out are just otherworldly when you look at how much is there. This again, that's the water intake on Lake Erie. You can see the snow band is to the north of west of Buffalo as this continues to create darkened skies for the folks over on Grand Island and the North Towns. That's where we're focusing our attention right now. You can see it right there. Lewiston, Niagara Falls, Tonawanda, Grand Island, all the way into Lockport. Inches of snow coming down. And as we kind of zero in a little bit on our Tonawanda folks, I'm going to bring Lockport. We're going to put you at the top of the screen and watch the edge of this snow band as it wobbles and moves to the north. It's now almost exclusively on the Canadian side. It's not affecting the city at this point. And as we look at the structure of this, David, let's talk about this. Does it appear that it's slightly more shredded? The structure of the snow band out over Lake Erie is changing substantially, and the movement to the north is going to weaken it further.
Yeah, it's not that single band that you saw yesterday and on Thursday night where it was just so intact, but you're starting to see it get shredded by some of the winds aloft here. And I mean, you're still going to see some intense snowfall out of this. But once it begins to move further north and further north and further north, it's going to not have its source, that source being the moisture off of Lake Erie, the heat off of Lake Erie. Once you start to lose that, it's going to weaken.
Yep, and it stops snowing in the town of Tonawanda, and what you're able to see is that wobble is exactly right. So I'm not going to say that it's done, but it does look like this area of snow that's still out over the lake is going to go and take a trajectory that goes Grand Island, and it'll be close. You'll be on the edge. You'll see those ugly clouds, but it looks like maybe the North Tonawanda, yes, Tonawanda might be done. I think with it, you can feel free to go shovel because this is not coming back south anytime soon, not until the late evening, 11, 12, 1 in the morning. So this is going to go through Niagara Falls is going to be the recipient of this. And then up a little bit further, Lewiston is going to get into the snow party, as is Youngstown, Ransomville, Wilson in there as well, and do this. Still coming down in Royalton. It is in snow buckets. Hey, everybody, smash the like button. We'll ask you every 5 minutes or so. Hit like and subscribe. That way, when we fire these things up for the next weather system, you'll be the first to know, and you can have your questions answered immediately, and you don't have to wait for anybody to tell you. And another source, you can hear it right here. Very dark, low clouds coming somebody's way. Silver Creek has layers of dark gray, low blue skies above. Margaret, take a picture. Text us, 503-2639. 503-2639. Text a picture in, and Dave will grab it. We'll throw it up, and happy to do that for you. But this is the radar that we've got right now. How's Lockport? How's Lockport looking? Not home to see it. Well, there's Lockport, kind of right in the middle. If anybody out there is watching Lockport, tell us what it's like. Is it a lighter snow in Lockport? Is it blowing around? How much is on the ground? It looks like it's been pretty steady in Lockport for a while. Haven't seen a number. The Weather Service number isn't from this morning, so we'd love to find out how much is there. Tip of Tonawanda, Elka Creek, it's lightly snowing there. A few flurries in Amherst, but it's been gusty. Yes, outside of that, it's gusty. Lisa says it's snowing like crazy in Wheatfield. Is there more wintry weather coming after Thanksgiving? Yes, there is. And we're trying to source Lockport. Everybody throw in what's going on outside your window right now. Give us those comments, and it helps us kind of identify the strength of the snow inlet. We know what's happening in the falls in Lewiston. We've got the cams to prove it, but tell us what's going on out your window right now.
I wanted to show you this picture out in Dunkirk, by the way. The winds are gusting. I don't know how strong they are, but you can see the camera shaking right there. This is well to the south.
That's a three-way cam.
Yeah, and that's a night-tech cam. Yeah, you can see a couple of utility crews on the side there. Looks like there's a semi-truck, but the roads, they're clear in Dunkirk, or at least on the throughway. But the winds are gusting. You can see that camera shaking.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Not looking good for school Monday. That's an interesting question. We haven't even addressed that yet. Some of these communities that have gotten hit with all that snow have got to remove it. And it's not a matter of just plowing it to the side, but they're actually digging it out. Orchard Park got front loaders loading it up. The question is, will they have to cancel school? You've got all day today. They're going to have all day Sunday to get this done. I think 48 hours to get dug out. It would be shocking if they couldn't do school. But that's a legit question. Thank you to do that. Appreciate that. Want to go snow blow the driveway in the town of Tonawanda, but the wind is blowing hard. Just on the outside, unless you're in the center of the band, it's coming. The wind is a mess. Here's our first. Thank you very much. 8 inches now in Tonawanda. That's about what we were seeing in NT as well when you walk outside. So Margot's not sending us a picture. She says she's the worst picture taker ever. That's okay. I appreciate the effort. That's pretty cool. Hey, everybody, we need one more like to get us to 250. Let's go ahead and do that. Somebody out there hit it. I know it can get done. Look at this. There it is. There's the edge of that snow band. It actually is jogging back towards the city a little bit in the last few minutes, David, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at that right now, and you're gonna get those wobbles because of all the some of the winds aloft that's just pushing this back and forth. It's like a fluid. But Grand Island, I mean, you're still under the gun with heavy snow. Kenmore clear for now, but you're starting to see some more flakes in your backyard. But I mean, yeah, that's really going to be the story. But it's moving north and north and north. Where Buffalo, I mean, for much of today, you're going to be snow free.
Yeah, look at Buffalo near Eggert yesterday was easier than today. That's a very interesting comment when you compare what was going on yesterday. I think people in Buffalo we've got a lot of comments. They said, well, when's it really going to start snowing? And I think this is answering the question for a lot of those folks. It's really snowing in there. What I'm trying to do is pull up this shot that'll be kind of indicative as to how dark, how stark the changes there. Hey, David, what I'm going to have you do, if it's okay. Oh, you've got another picture up here. Let's pull that up.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, this is in South Buffalo, and this is a front loader tractor. It was trying to, pick up the snow, 2 feet of snow on the ground in South Buffalo, but if you could see, it's having a whole lot of trouble, a whole lot of issues just moving around. And, if you know a plow driver, give them a thank you.
Yeah.
The first responders, a big thank you. This is not an easy task. I mean, removing just 2 feet of snow. Look at it all on the ground. There's still cars on the street. This is such a difficult task. So, I mean, thank a plow driver, thank first responders.
How ridiculous is this? He's
doing the best they can.
That thing was stuck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, here's the zoomed in view. You got the armory on the right hand side, right in here, and this just improved dramatically. It's changing by the minute. So there's your armory, and then in the Niagara River is right in here, and then that goes up, and then you can see the smokestacks now. From the power plant up there as well, and somewhere in there is the bridge, and you can see how it goes in and out. So the last frame here, you were in it, now you're back out of it. The question is for how long. But anybody who's in the city of Buffalo is going to be kind of right on the edge of this for a while. Where it's not changing is the North Grand Island Bridge, Niagara Falls. It continues. The overall movement of this is to the north. So the communities that are really going to become affected by this in the short term, our friends in St. Catharines, Niagara on the Lake is going to be one. We're going to pull this in. It is not often that we get to talk about lake effect off of Erie for Lewiston, Youngstown, Ransomville, Route 31, Route 104 along the U.S.-Canadian border. All of those communities are about to get into this snow ban. And for all intents and purposes, everybody's saying that it's an aggressive snow ban. This is not just some sort of weak thing, but you're getting reduced visibilities, and it's tough to see. And when you look at this, you drive into that, and that's what you're going to find right in this area here, and that's what we're keeping our eye on. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Everybody that hit those, we're giving you a high five, thumbs up back. If you just walked in the door, smash the like button for us, ask a question. You guys drive the bus on our conversation. We've got the tools here. We're here to answer your questions. There's so much information out there about the storm. We're not done yet. It's in the North Towns. It's going to be there for a little while longer. After lunch, you're going to see things clear up, but you're not done. It's coming back tonight, and we can put some timing on it for you, and we're happy to do it. You tell us the town, and we'll tell you what's going on. Thanks, Bill. We appreciate it. Appreciate the likes. Is the snow done in Cheektowaga? It is done for now. And then I believe the Cheektowaga window is 11 to 2, and we're looking for about a quick 2 to 4 inches of snow. 11 to 2, it's p.m. to a.m. So while most people are sleeping out there, but it's definitely if you're not getting snow now, you're digging out of the snow from the other day, and that's kind of the story for the South Towns and areas just to the north and east of the city. The big dig for Clarence, Akron, Williamsville, whatever you got overnight. Hey, what did Wally get? Now, our friend, he's the only guy in is he technically North Buffalo, or is he?
He's on the border of Buffalo and Amherst.
A foot of snow, and most of it came this morning, so that's a healthy shot. Michelle's saying they've got about 3 feet in Cheektowaga now. It's got to be South Cheektowaga.
Buffalo, the Buffalo airport, they did report about 30 inches.
They're up to 30 now out of this?
Yeah, they're up to 30
total?
Yeah.
Wow. That's legit. Down to flurries in Tonawanda. Will it get bad again? Again, we hate to use the word bad. Will it get similar to what you just had? Yeah, that happens tonight. Is it 10 p.m. for Tonawanda when it comes back through tonight? Do you remember? We haven't done this in a bit. Do you want to walk everybody through it real quick? Just go hour, and take us from now until.
Okay. Well, I was going to show you the snow whip, but if you wanted the whole thing,
whatever you got loaded.
I mean, we can go through the whole thing. I mean,
hour by hour.
This is going to continue to move on forth here. We can go closer, put some more town names on the map. North Tonawanda, Kenmore, Cheektowaga, Buffalo, Niagara Falls. Yeah, you're seeing that snowfall right now. The darker blues, that's where the heavy snowfall is. So this leaves North Buffalo, North Tonawanda, Kenmore by the lunch hour. Still in Niagara Falls, 1 o'clock. Lockport, still 1 o'clock. By 2, 3 o'clock. This is out of Niagara Falls, Lockport, onto the northern shores of Lake Ontario, Youngstown, Newfane, Barker, Lyndonville. This is when you're getting some good snowfall. By 5 o'clock, by the way, this is gone. Nobody's getting any heavy snowfall by dusk. But watch what happens. We go into the evening. By 8 o'clock, this starts to set up again into northern Niagara County. Going to be the first to see the snow whip back through. This is not going to spend a whole lot of time in your area. So Newfane, Welland, St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, again, into that bubble, that snow bubble. 9 o'clock. It's out by 10 for Niagara Falls. So between 8 and 10 o'clock, it's here. It's gone. Back into North Tonawanda, Kenmore, 10 o'clock. Buffalo, 11 o'clock. Cheektowaga, Depew, Harris Hill, Akron, 11 o'clock. West Seneca, 11 o'clock. Out of the area by then, and then it's just into East Aurora, Hamburg, 12 o'clock in the morning Saturday, Eden. I mean, this thing continues to move further south and South Andy, and by early morning Saturday, it's like all the way shoved into extreme portions of the southern tier, Pike, Warsaw, into central Cattaraugus County and Allegheny County.
There you go. Hey, that was great. That's awesome. I know you answered a ton of questions out there. Look at this, Joel. He says, I hate to see what this would look like when it melts. Hey, here's a quick bit of information, Joel. So we did this, and when you melt the snow, for every 10 inches of snow that you have, you get an inch of water. An inch of water, when you get a good rainstorm, a thunderstorm, you get about a quarter of an inch. On a bad rainy day, you're about a half inch. When you think about an inch of water, that is soaking. So if you've got 50 inches of snow on the ground and you melt that down in rapid fashion, that would be the equivalent of getting 5 inches of rain. That is kind of a tropical amount of rain. 5 inches of rain, if this rapidly melted like it did in 2014, this caused flooding problems back in 14. Now, the forecast for us is the 40s on Monday, the low 40s on Tuesday, mid 40s, some sunshine. There will be some snow melt, but I don't think it's going to be as rapid as it was in 2014. But that's a super valid question, because if this decided to just melt, you'd have 5 inches of water that goes in the creeks and streams. 5 inches of rain is going to cause issues on creeks and streams. That's what happened in 2014. It was crazy. Jen, thank you. We appreciate it. And I was just going to say, who wants to be like number 275? Someone just did it. Does anyone want to be like number 280? It's not as special as 275, but it's still a good number. Go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want, there's a number on the screen, 503-2639. I know you're watching us. Just put 503 Andy in your head, and then you can text us whenever you want. It's a fantastic service. Started up. Everybody's liking it. You're able to get a quick forecast. That's awesome. Hey, let's go back and see what we've got on the screen here. This is the snow band visually. This is the look that you see zoomed in. The Niagara River in the foreground, the Armory there. You can start to make out more of southern Ontario, and here's why. You've got that snow band that is now pulling away from downtown. And we had some folks in Kenmore saying, are we done in Kenmore? And now Kenmore's kind of right on the edge. You're going to see these snow bursts become less frequent. As you can see, this is now lifting to the north. There's less edges on the southern side of this band, which is now almost becoming the eastern side, that are going to affect the area. Areas on Grand Island are going to continue to see this for a while. Yeah, David.
I do have an update about snow total in the northern Buffalo Amherst area, according to our friend and snow spotter reporter Wally. He's got about a foot of snow in his backyard. That's about 2-3 cans of blue light. I don't know if that's how much he's drank so far this morning, but he's it's about a foot there up there in North Buffalo.
Whatever works for you. If you want to measure the snow in beer cans, everybody can relate. That's fine. What about Erie, PA? Erie, PA on this is pretty quiet until later tonight. And I think the timing on Erie, PA is going to be even later. I want to say it's post 2 a.m. if this does make it down there. I know Erie's a little outside of our zone, but any chance you could take a look at that on the model, kind of fast forward? Dave, or are you working on something else?
Oh, sorry. No, I was just trying to trying to work on something, but I could do that.
Oh, no. Do your thing. He was wondering about Erie, PA, and there's nothing happening in Erie now, but we'll bring this up and put it on the screen for you. I'll let you get back to what you're working on there in a moment, Dave. I just wanted to answer this one. I didn't want to misspeak on the arrival time. So that's tonight at what, 10?
They're clear until about 10 o'clock tonight. That band whips on through. So here's 10, 11. We could go a little bit closer here. Here's 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, and then you'll see some flurries throughout the overnight hours. But the heaviest snow is going to be between 10 and 12 o'clock tonight.
Wow. All right, there you go. Any info on Rochester? Happy to. How about Sandra? If you're in Rochester, we'll throw this up on the screen. Rochester's been teasing us because they keep saying, "Oh, look at the blue sky in Rochester." They've got that again today. So this is not a Rochester thing. This is now a Northtown thing, and it's now even out of the close ring North towns. And you're into really kind of the Lake Ontario region, and it's only the upper corner now of Niagara County. So you draw an angle from Grand Island to Lockport to Barker up along the shoreline there. And then that's where it's going. Snow total for Niagara Falls Airport, 6 to 7 inches of snow right now. You're probably going to tack on another couple as we go through the overnight. So maybe double digits is kind of what you're looking at by the time you're done. But that's Sunday morning. Sunday night you should be in pretty decent shape. So that's where we're at. Oh, hey, we've got another. There was thunder snow last night in the city. I just was. Someone just told me about that. So no thunder snow out there right now. No lightning strikes to speak of, and that's kind of what's
there was about
on.
2-3 good strikes in South Buffalo last night when that band moved on through.
Gotcha. Hey, Moose is he's been digging out his car. Just hopped onto the stream. First of all, thank you for hopping on. He wants to know if we're going to get hit again in the South Towns, and if so, how much. Let's take them one at a time. Are you going to get hit again? Yes. But we can tell you don't panic, because this time it's going to go from 11 to 1 or 11 to 2, depending on which South Town. And you're looking at about a quick 2 to 4 inches, and then that thing is going to clear out. Look at this. Jen says, in OP, my son did a flip off the truck into the snow. I've got a big snow pile at my place. My kids are playing in that right now. They've developed their own. They don't have to go to Chestnut Ridge. How much snow did Buffalo get? I think we've seen that it was in excess. South Buffalo. Dave, what are you? South Buffalo, if you had to just give an estimate, are you?
Last night before that other round came through, it was about 2 feet. I haven't been outside today, but Buffalo Airport has about 30 inches.
Gotcha. North Buffalo, a lot less. But then South Buffalo. South Buffalo wins the day. That's what we've got. 288, 12 likes to get to 300. Let's do that, and then we would appreciate it greatly. Everybody who just dropped in, someone out there is going to be number 300. It could be you. All you've got to do is hit the like button. Thank you so much. It keeps the stream going, keeps the answers coming. Just joining, who was the hardest hit last night? 7-8 inches in North Buffalo, the snow desert, and drove to Ellicottville. Downtown had much more than Ellicottville. It's not too often that you're going to be able to say that Buffalo has more than Ellicottville. That's an impressive. That's one of those bets that you lose at the bar. If you say, well, who's got more snow, downtown Buffalo or Ellicottville? And it's rare. 294 likes, ladies and gentlemen. We are 6 away. All you've got to do is lift a finger, hit that little thing that says like 295. And I know we got enough people in here to do it. 296, somebody's waiting. They're like, all right, I'm waiting to hit the 300. 297, it's coming. It's about to hit it there. Elmwood Village wants to know. He's Elmwood Village. I thought you were talking about Ellicottville. My bad. So it says drove to Elmwood Village, and downtown had much more. There it is. All right, that makes more sense. Yes, downtown is going to have more. 298. 298. We're 2 away, ladies and gentlemen. Does the storm have a name, Tina? Go ahead and do it. 299. Now everybody's going to jump on it because they want to be 300. Be the 300. Anyway, this storm, Snowvember 2. Dave, have you seen any other names other than Snowvember 2?
I haven't.
We didn't get super original with this. I'm going to pop us back up on screen. We didn't get, I think Snowvember was there, so we just kind of went with it. Still at 299. We're stuck at 299. You cannot tell me everybody's like button is stuck at 299. Come on now. One more. Somebody do it, and then we'll stop talking about it. Won't mention it again. 300.
There
Bravo.
you go.
Whoever did that, thanks a lot. Snowing in Tonawanda again, and the winds picked up. That's the view that we have of the edge of the snow band. This is Doppler as we go, pandering for likes. It's comical. There's so many people that are into the like thing. But it is cool. It helps us. It tells Facebook that this is something of interest, and then it allows more people to see it. Let's go talk about the Tonawandas real quick. There it is. It looks like Tonawanda's okay, but it just says, she said, the town of Tonawanda. Now, here's the reason. Let's get the cursor in there. And you can see that right in through there, it's going to be these little bends or wobbles that affect the area from time to time. But the overall movement is not to bring you more, but to bring you less. I mean, when you look at this, Dave, it is plowing into southern Ontario, and it's going to get folks that are going to see things deteriorate quickly. Niagara on the Lake, in a big way, is going to go right into the snow in moments from now. And that's what we're doing. Hey, Lackawanna, great to have you in the house. You're going to get hit again tonight from 11 until 1 with about 2 to 4 inches of snow. And then this thing moves out for a while and we get a break. But we're focused squarely on the north towns as we keep track of the snow moving through. If there's no other questions, we're going to wrap this up. I know Dave has a drone that he would like to fly and get some imagery on this. We're going to tally up what we have and move on. So your last seconds to come in and get a couple more questions. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate the share. That's awesome. So any other questions in the house? Otherwise, we're going to say goodbye and make sure you like and subscribe so that next time we fire it up, it'll just ping your phone and you can jump right into it. Bev, thanks so much for popping by in Cambria, seeing some snow up there. And then in Wanaka, digging out. Make sure you dig out your furnace vents. I mean, that's the next thing I'm going to do as well. And we're going to be on WBEN this afternoon from 1 to 2. Bowerly's doing a special, and we'll be there with him as well. Thank you so much for popping in. Again, you can always be with us anytime, 503-2639. On behalf of David Bogan, who's going to get out of the chair and get into the air today. Just made that up. Should I get you a T-shirt that says that? And he's going to do some
nice Christmas gift.
And then so that's what we have planned. We'll bring it to you. Follow us. Otherwise, we'll check you later right here. Have a good one.